Garfield vs. Ragyo, a Kill la Kill Garfield fanfiction crossover. Garfield was relaxed in swimming pool, enjoying his lasagna with his bare, manly hands. "This is the best lasagna ever," Garfield declared in an approving voice. Suddenly, a loud, cackling voice can be heard through the radio, and sounded like old woman. "Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kyrian Ragyo speaking." Garfield rose up from his floaty chair and listened to this shocking and terrible news. "As you know, I plan on taking over this world with my new clothing line, and you will all be enslaved to me and my rule. Resist is futile. I sexually abused my daughter." That's not in the thing, but that happened in the anime. That was really weird and unnecessary, guys. I mean, she just touched her daughter in naughty places. That didn't need to happen. I was very confused and out of it for that whole, 5 minutes to 5 seconds. I'm scared. "Also, I plan to get rid of lasagna in my new world order. Pasta is so fattening." She laughed and the radio transmission was off. "What?" Garfield stood up in rage. "This is outrageous." He flexed his might muscles and growled. "I will not stand for this foolishness." He stood up, not for the foolishness. He stood up for his own reasons, and jumped from his chair and towards the railing. "Fear not, world. I will stop this evil tyrant." John ran out to the pool and shouted, "Here, Garfield, take this jetpack!" He chucked the jetpack and Garfield caught it and donned it on, clenching the straps as the jets roared to life, sending him into the sky, carrying his mighty form to the place where the great evil resided. Meanwhile, Ragyo was holding Satsaki, Satsaks, and Ryuko, her daughters, in captivity. "Let us go, mother!" Satsuke shouted. "You cannot keep us here! Someone will rescue us!"
"Damn right. Garfield won't stand for this,"
Ryuko hissed.
"He will beat you with his manliness and muscles."
"Foolish girls! Do you really think that he will save you?" Ragyo laughed as she placed a hand over her mouth, laughing like evil noblewoman. "Not even he can stand up to my beloved elite." "Here lie!" Sushi yelled with anger and denial. "I will never lie. Soon Garfield will accept defeat, and I will rule him as well as the world." Ragyo grinned and turned to the window. "Come and get me, Garfield. I will be waiting."
"Garfield, please, save us,"
Ryuko whispered in sadness and hope. Meanwhile, Garfield was flying through the air in great vigor and justice. His muscles tensed in anticipation as he saw the hideout of the evil Kyrian corpse. "Just you wait, rag woman. I will be there, and I will beat you fair." Garfield boomed as he removed the jetpack and fell to the earth with style and grace. He made a crater as he landed, because of his powerful and awe-inspiring physique made it possible. "Now, where's her army? I must have my workout before facing the enemy." "Garfield!" Satsuki's underlings, I got stuck in Garfield voice there, ran towards him in happiness. "You have come." "Yes, what is the situation?" Garfield frowned with utmost seriousness. "Garfield, Lady Satsuki has been imprisoned along with Ryuko. Santa bowed down with sheer reverence. "I am sorry." "No need for apologies. There is only time for action, and I must act with great haste." Garfield placed a hand on the kneeling boy. "Lord Garfield, let us help you as a way to make up for our incompetence." Gamaguri, I know how to say his name, pleaded. "No, there is no need. My mighty guns will be enough." Garfield kissed his manly muscles and posed like a male model.
"Oh, Garfield, you're so brave. I'll never forget you."
No, kissed Garfield, making him feel happy and more focused on saving the world from Ragyo's evil. Don't worry, my dear. I'll save your lady and her friend, and we will make the sweetest of live under the full moon. Garfield's suave voice was like sweet nothings into Nunun's ears. Nunun's? I don't know. Ears, as she fainted in his arms, sighing with deep bliss.
Godspeed, Garfield.
Inamuda, Inamuda, I don't know how to say Japanese. I give up. Fuck it. I give up. Inamuda saluted. I don't need the speed of God. I need my speed to fight through evil and win the day. With that, Garfield then ran like wind and wished himself towards the hideout of the evil Rainbow Queen. Ragyo was sitting on throne, sipping her tea like a noble, classy lady. Lady Ragyo, we have big trouble! A guard ran up to her, fear in his little heart. Speak, fool! Ragyo snapped, annoyed. Garfield is here! He's killing us with vengeance in his heart! We're doomed! The guard panicked like an idiot. Ragyo stood up and smacked the guard with her gloved hand. She abuses everyone. Pull yourself together, fool! I have the mightiest army the world has ever seen. He cannot hope to breach me. Like you breached your daughter. God damn it, Brendaniel. She crossed her arms and glared at the sobbing guard. Forgive me, my lady. I did not mean to doubt you. The guard then crawled away. Damn that manly beast! Something must be done. Ragyo growled as she headed up towards her telescope room and saw the carnage that her foe was making out in the battlefield through her scope. Garfield roared like 100 lions as he began to slaughter the elite guards of Ragyo's army, blood coating his abs and arm muscles as he tore apart a big guard in half. Give me more guards to fight, Ragyo. I am not scared. I am Garfield, the hero of all that is justice and lasagna. Garfield stared right through the telescope, pointing his finger at the rainbow-haired queen. Curse you, Garfield! Ragyo fell onto her buttocks and stood up in a righteous fury. I must prepare for his arrival. She then headed towards her room in a hurry. Satsuki and Ryuko were sitting in a jail cell, shivering like scared little girls. I'm scared, sister, Ryuko whimpered in fear. I am too, Ryuko. Satsuki looked at her little sister. But I have hope in Garfield. He will save us. Suddenly there was a loud boom. There is no need to fear. Garfield is here. Garfield stood in front of the hole he made in the wall. Garfield! The two girls shouted as the brave orange cat tore apart the cell bars and made a huge hole in them. You are free, ladies, for justice will be the champion. Garfield shouted with confidence. Thank you, Garfield. Ryuko kissed him on the cheek. You are our hero. Yes, Garfield, we never lost hope. Satsuki kissed her savior on the cheek as well. Do not fear, ladies. I will stop your twisted mother and bring life to this land once again. Garfield hugged the sisters in his big, strong arms. Now go and return to your friends. I will take care of business here. Be careful, Garfield, Ryuko shouted. We love you, Satsuki shouted. I don't know how the pronunciation works. I think I'm doing okay, though. Garfield stormed into the throne room where Ragyo was waiting with an evil smile on her face. Ragyo, the time has come for us to settle score. You say you want to destroy lasagna? I will not allow it. Fool! I am the queen! I can do anything I want! Ragyo laughed and snapped her fingers. Nui, in all her devious cuteness, then appeared from the sky. Hello, Garfield! I've been waiting for you. I cannot wait to shave your fur off and make it into my new dress. You sent a child to fight me? You are the lowest of low. Garfield glared death at Ragyo, who just ignored him as he were a fly. I will not be ignored! Noi screamed as she leapt at Garfield, not knowing the danger she was in. Garfield threw out his fist into her side, breaking her ribs. Monster! Noi wailed in pain and fear. She drew out her blade and swung it at him, but Garfield grabbed it and broke it into many pieces with his bare hands. I eat steel for breakfast. Garfield then slapped... I thought he ate lasagna for breakfast. Garfield then slapped Nui across the face and punched her hard in the gut, making her vomit out her lunch. What are you? Louise staggered back in fear as Garfield marched towards her. You want to know what I am? Garfield looked down at her with contempt in his eyes. I am the answer to those that cry out for justice. I am the man that will save the world from evil. I represent the American dream and freedom of all living beings. I am the god of lasagna and all those that crave it. I am Garfield. He swung a fist, filled with the hopes and dreams and the wishes of the people, into her face, the sheer force making her explode into nothingness. Ah! Ragyo shouted in terror. Yes, Garfield boomed in understanding. There is no running away no more, Ragyo. You demon! I will make you pay! Ragyo then transformed into a beautiful yet terrifying rainbow Gorgon goddess. She glared at her opponent. I will end your pathetic justice! Justice can never die. Garfield became pumped as he began to glow with a golden aura. I am ally to good and nightmare to you. The two roared as they leapt towards one another, claws and fists clashing against each other. Garfield blocked Ragyo's attacks with rapid speed while dishing out mighty blows. Ragyo merely blocked the attacks with her long hair, but she lashed out at her masculine foe with her slashes. The battle of the two titans was a sight to behold as they took to the fight to the air, crashing through the roof. Garfield! Ragyo roared. Ragyo, Garfield bellowed. Take this! Ragyo then unleashed a beam of rainbow-colored energy at Garfield. For lasagna! Garfield blasted an orb of golden light towards Ragyo. The two attacks collided and there was a massive explosion. The two combatants stood facing each other, covered in bruises and cuts and dirt, glaring at each other. Riko, Satsuki, Mako, and Nonon looked at the battle going on. Garfield, win! Please, Garfield! Satsuki prayed as well. Come back to me alive, Garfield! Nonon shouted. Garfield, I never met you, but I want to see you for the first time. Please come! Mako held her hands in worry. Arrgh! Garfield growled as he felt the prayers of the girls reach to his heart. Is he gonna fucking do a spirit bomb? Shit. Girls, I will end this battle and come back alive. You will not! Ragyo then summoned tendrils of her hair to bind Garfield in place. I will defeat you, Garfield, and you will suffer for what you have done. She then smiled evilly. And I will break my daughters and their friends in front of you. It will be a pleasure to see how they scream. Ragyo, that will be enough. Garfield's body exploded into a white hot... Did Garfield just go fucking Super Saiyan? I want to see that. I want to physically see an orange cat turn into a Super Saiyan. As Ragyo looked on in horror, only if I kill you, then it will be enough. Ragyo roared back, despite the present fear seeped into her voice. Then Garfield began to lurch forwards, the aura making the binds on him wilt. This hand is shining white. It tells me to bring justice and happiness in this nightmare you created. Feel my power. He threw his throbbing white fist. Why does it need to be throbbing towards the evil queen and lodged it into her chest, setting her ablaze? Garfield! Ragyo screamed and head rush. I'm sorry, guys. Now I know how the goddamn Dragon Ball Z voice actors feel. Jesus. Whoa. Rago screamed in agony and despair. This is the end. Begone, evil one. Garfield unleashed all of his energy into Ragyo, making her glow brightly before she exploded in a massive burst of light. And then the world let out a roar of victory. The evil was cleansed, and life was then born anew on the battle site where Garfield vanquished Ragyo. Everyone was partying and dancing like it was a fantasy come true. Meanwhile, Garfield was relaxing in bed with his new girls. Of course, he's got all of them in bed at once. It's massive cat penis. Spiky. Ah. Cats have spiky penises. I just imagined all the blood. All the blood. Oh, God. Just give me a second. I gotta. They had spent their time. Oh, God. They had spent their time giving him his just reward for being a hero. Garfield, you're amazing, Satsuki murmured.
Oh, Garfield, I never want you to go.
Ryuko purred.
Garfield, you're the best.
Nonon giggled.
I love you, Garfield.
Mako, really? Even Mako? Mako piped in. I know, girls. Life is great when you have beautiful babes and a hot body, and most of all, a good lasagna. Garfield stated sagely as he grabbed a tray of lasagna and wolfed it down like a god. The four gals giggled at their man's antics, and they cuddled closer to Garfield, knowing all was right with the world. And as long as there is lasagna, there will always be Garfield. End. Thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos. There are also things. And if you want to watch a random fucking just video fan fiction thing, click up in the top right corner. If you want to watch a random video that probably has nothing to do with my channel, click in the bottom left corner. And if you want to buy shirts and shit, click them in the top left corner. Get out of here.